Hello, everyone. This is Rani with today's podcast on intensity. I first apologize for the delay. There was some technical issues with the internet, so I could not connect. Uh, so I'm glad anybody who is online, please accept my sincere apologies for the delay. Um, Today's topic is very interesting. It is about intensity. Why are we talking about intensity now? One of the reasons we are talking about intensity is one of my uh, inner circle members asked me this question. They asked me the question, why is nothing moving in my life? Why is I'm not able to experience life? Why am I feeling that everything is just drifting around me? How do I anchor myself into this feeling that I'm not alone? How do I anchor myself into this feeling of participating in life? One thing we have to realize is that intensity is the only formula through which we can conquer our life. So, what does this intensity mean? What does it do? But before I tell you all those things, let us follow up with some case studies. So, some stories. Everybody loves stories. Let's take the case of Sita. Sita, um, she's a marketing executive. She's in a marketing, she's in a, what do you call it, advertising agency, and she's a marketing executive. And she felt, she should have made partner long time back, but she was not able to make partner. And she kept on second guessing, why is every time this is happening, why am I being sidelined? Many women have this question, why are they being sidelined when it comes to their career growth and development? And you begin to feel stagnant after a couple of years, and you also lose your motivation. You just begin to lose your motivation. So Sita, when she spoke to me, I said, hey, maybe you want to focus on some professional development. So Sita actually said she's going to enroll in some college courses. And then she began to network with people. She began to share. She actually volunteered and shared her services with people. And then she took on a lot of challenging projects at work. As her confidence increased, she began to take a lot of challenging projects at work. And finally, her intensity was paid off and she got promoted to become a senior manager within a year. She was very happy. But she also understood that it was her own initiative, it was her own drive, it was her own energy and her own intensity that attracted this position, this opportunity to her. Let me tell you about another person. I will call him John. He was struggling with weight. Overall, he was a computer programmer. So he used to eat in front of his computer. He used to come home and he used to de-stress by watching TV. So he used to eat in front of TV, and most of the days he used to just go to sleep there. One day, what happened? He was invited to attend an event. When he went to that event, he felt everybody was dressed very well and looked very well. And he felt, oh my God, what have I done to myself? Just that moment of realization, sometimes it hits you, oh my God, am I that old? Sometimes you look in the mirror and say, oh, I have gray hair. Same way, he just looked at himself and he said, oh my God, what has happened to me? So that physical transformation, he said, I have to work on this. So it was fueled by his own desire to change. He started a fitness journey. He contacted me because he wanted to start Sattvic diet. And he also had a personal trainer who suggested, contact somebody who has Sattvic diet. And he followed a routine. I mean, he is like a programmer, right? He programmed everything. He's like, oh, this reminder will tell me what I have to do at this time. So he started doing everything in a very methodical fashion, and he put consistent effort. And sometimes what would happen, it happens to all of us when we are on a weight loss journey. You drink or you eat something salty, it results in water, uh, your body retains more water, and then you are struggling to lose weight. So all those things happen to him also, but he just listened and he stayed steady and he worked on it, and he transformed his body. He lost more than 60, 70 pounds, I would say. And he said, I am now going to embrace this lifestyle. I'm not going to sit and eat in front of anything. So when I eat, I'm going to move. After I eat, I'm going to move. So he had all those things. But he was intense in his transformation. Relationships can also be transformed with intensity. Let's take this case of Ishwar and Mary. Ishwar and Mary married for many years, couple of years maybe, but knew each other for long before they got married. But really was on a brink of collapse because both of them were not talking to each other. They just didn't communicate with each other anymore. And they had these conflicts that were unresolved. Then they were like, oh, we have to do something about this. Mary is feeling lonely. Ishwar is feeling that he's working as hard as he can, and this is not working out, and they had all these issues. Then they had this intense. They threw themselves into this intense couples therapy. What they did was they fully addressed each other's deep-rooted fears that was blocking them. Intensely, they worked on it. Intensely, they worked on it, and they were able to talk to each other. This is how they resolved their couple conflict. Intensity also led for Anjana to have an artistic breakthrough. She was an aspiring painter. She also worked full time, but she wanted to transition into being a full time artist. She didn't like the corporate world where she worked. So she was, I don't know how to make this happen, right? So then it was intensity. Intensely go on producing more and more and more. With that intensity, when she produced, Her dedication came through, and that experimentation she did with various techniques, everything allowed her to present her work in many different places. Because of that, Anjana had an artistic breakthrough. Some gallery owner saw her painting of all the places in farmers market, where she had just gone there to display for just a couple of hours. And because of that, she found she could create her own first exhibition. And that was her breakthrough, her entry into the art world. Another example, Maya had experienced an intense, profound loss. Her entire family back in Mexico had been killed. They were murdered. She was shaken. She could not go back. And she was just questioning herself about the meaning of life. And she came to attend our meditation sessions. And she was asking, what is the meaning of life? She was seeking solace in spirituality. Then she attended several of these intense sessions, meditation sessions, immersing herself in the practice, following the diet, following the routine, following all those things, and following very long hours of consciousness based practices, mindfulness exercises. Maya was then able to experience an intense shift inside herself. Her intensity to engage with life, her intensity doubled, tripled. So she really wanted to provide something to everybody. She said, I am here, I can contribute. And she jumped on it. In all the cases, whether it is career advancement, whether it is physical transformation, whether it is a relationship revitalization, whether it is an artistic breakthrough, whether it is a spiritual awakening, wherever we feel we are stuck, the only way we can jump out of it is to apply intensity. When we apply a lot of intensity, we begin to advance, we begin to shift, we begin to move out of that space. So, with that introduction, let us now ask ourselves, what is intensity? What does it give us? Even before we say what is intensity, let us talk about what does it give us. Intensity gives you focus. Intensity gives you the experience of the life. Intensity gives you what you really want. You don't have to struggle, because when you're totally immersed in something, you become one with it. Have you ever felt for a moment, let us say, many people might have experienced this, so I'm giving this example. Let us say you go to a sweet shop and you ask for a Indian sweet. Maybe it's called rasmalai or rasgulla or something, and you eat it. The moment you eat, you just feel that taste flowing down your entire body. You're tingling with this. That experience is intensity. When we decide to experience life, the only way to lead life is to be intense about it. Only if you are intense, you can get what you want out of your life. Intensity is simply defined as this: whatever you do, be dissolved in it. Whatever you do, be a part of it. Whatever you do not be partial. Do not say, I will only pay 50% attention. No. Whatever you do, be completely integrated to it. Be integrated in yourself. Become one with it. Dissolve with it. That is the definition for intensity. So now you will ask, oh, if that is intensity, then how will my actions be around intensity? Your action, if you want to dance, you must dance like you are the dance. There is no difference between the dancer, the music, and the dance. If you paint like Anjani, you want to paint so intensely that the painter disappears. The painting that you see in front of you is nothing but a piece of the painter that is in front of you. When somebody pours their heart and soul into it and creates these exquisite, unique pieces, you see it becoming a part of your life. Similarly, when our ego dissolves, what does that mean? It means false sense of identity that we have. Oh, I'm a great painter. Oh, I'm a great this, I'm a great that. Whenever we begin to think and we begin to condition ourselves, we create that ego. When we create that ego, we become less and less effective and more egoistic. So, intensity leads to dissolution of that ego because you are in touch with things that are bigger than you. You're in touch with the cosmic intelligence. You're in touch with everything that matters to you. Be intense in whatever you do. When you are intense, you can jumpstart anything that you're stuck from. If you're not happy with your weight, be intense about what your plan is. If you're not happy about your career, be intense. Don't think small, think big. Have big visions. Oh, I'm not capable. Don't think like that. Everyone is capable. The universe will provide for everybody. Only difference between people who achieve and people who do not achieve is intensity. You have the key today. You have the key to your own success. I welcome you all to be very, very intense this coming new year. Join us for the free workshop, 3-day free workshop, so you can actually discover what is it that you want to do this year. Because everybody wants to achieve something. New year comes means a new hope. So we all want to achieve something. What is it that we want to achieve this year? What do you want? How do we plan for that? Let's work it out. Second, when we do this, exercise in the new year, you will realize all the obstacles you have created or you're facing has a solution. And it does not end there. You may think, oh, you just tell me once how to do this, and then what happens? You just disappear. No, it doesn't happen like that. When we create this one time, there is another program that you can follow up with. That program leads us to having more and more clarity throughout the year. So I welcome all of you to please come and join our new year Sankalpa, which is going to be amazing. It's going to be very, very, uh, I can't say impactful, because you will realize with clarity what is it you want to achieve. Then you can go after it with intensity. See, it's like this. If you want to dig the root of a plant, you know, oh, this is the area in which I have to dig. If you don't even know where the root is, how will you dig? Intensity is that it will give you clarity. Once you know this is the boundary, now you know intensely, you just have to dig there. So practice intensity. Intensity is a form of mindfulness. Intensity is a form of conscious thinking. So practice intensity in everything you do. Please visit our website, thesatvicmethodcompany.com, in order to sign up for this free New Year program. I welcome you all. I will see you all inside. I apologize once again, for the delay in starting today's webinar podcast. And I thank you all for staying with me. Next week, we will discover new themes, but please share, subscribe, and post your comments for this podcast. Thank you. See you all. Bye bye.